I sit in the dust where my gates once stood, my fingers tracing the cracks in the stones, as if they were the lines of my own palms. The earth remembers what I was, even if I can barely recall it. Once, my streets pulsed with song. Children chased each other beneath banners of gold, and the scent of bread drifted from every doorway. I was a bride adorned, a city wrapped in warmth, wrapped in the warmth of a husband's delight. His presence was my morning light, his favor my evening rest. But now, listen, do you hear it? Nothing, only the groan of beams collapsing, the hiss of embers dying, the quiet sob of a woman who has lost everything except her memory. My neighbors pass by like judges, their eyes sharp as flint. They whisper that I deserved this fall, that my wounds are the fruit of my own hands, and though their cruelty stings, I cannot deny them, for I know the truth, buried beneath their scorn. I betrayed the one who loved me. I do not speak his name. I cannot. It burns my tongue like a forgotten vow. But I remember him, the way his shadow cooled my courtyards, the way his breath stirred the cedars, the way my heart rose whenever he drew near. He was my husband, my protector, my crown. And I wandered. I chased voices that promised sweetness, voices that painted freedom in bright colors, but hid the chains behind their backs. I opened my gates to strangers who smiled with poisoned lips. I let them lead me to altars that devoured my innocence and left me hollow. I called it liberation. I called it strength, but it was betrayal. A betrayal so deep that even the stones beneath me seem ashamed to hold my weight. Now I sit alone, a widow in everything but name. My walls are torn garments, my towers broken ribs. The streets where my children once danced are now graves without markers. My enemies roam freely through the ruins of my pride, and he, the one I wounded, has stepped back, not in hatred but in sorrow so vast it swallowed the sky. His silence is heavier than the stones that crushed my gates. It presses on my chest until every breath feels borrowed. I search for him in the smoke, in the ashes, in the trembling of my own hands. But I find only the echo of what I once had. Still, even in ruin, I feel something, a faint warmth, like the last ember refusing to die, a memory of his footsteps, not near, but not gone, a covenant that trembles beneath the weight of my unfaithfulness, yet refuses to break. So I lift my cracked voice into the smoke-stained sky. I confess my wandering, my foolishness, my pride. I confess the nights I chose other lovers, the days I shut my gates against his kindness, the years I forgot the sound of his call. I confess it all because there is nothing left to hide. My beauty is dust. My strength is rubble. My glory is a memory that limps through my mind like a wounded deer. But my longing is alive. I long for his gaze to fall on me again, not with anger, but with the tenderness I once drowned in. I long for his hand to lift my chin, to rebuild my walls, to breathe life into my desolate courts. If ever he looks upon me again, let him find me waiting, not proud, not adorned, not pretending, but faithful at last, with nothing left to offer but my brokenness, my ashes, my trembling hope. that he who once loved me might love me still. Until then, I sit in the dust, I mourn my fate. I cradle my ruins like a child I cannot save, and I whisper into the silence, return to me. And I will return to you.